The Tangent Egg podcast is aimed at a mature audience. It contains themes that are not appropriate for all listeners. It's important to note that we are not experts. We routinely have no idea what we're talking about and are just three idiots sitting around a table. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Tangent Egg Podcast. I'm Seth, and as always with me is Swoosh and Dan.
Hi.
Hello.
And we got to start with it. It's over. It's fucking over at last.
It's finally fucking done. It has been completed. Microsoft has bought ActBliz.
Yay!
Oh, the angels sing. It is finally fucking done.
The Microsoft angels sing. The Sony angels are crying currently.
Everything Sony is crying at the moment. Holy fuck.
Actually, right now, Sony's eating quite well because they have Spider-Man 2 out right now.
Yeah, true.
Which is also pretty funny because it pretty much everywhere that's reviewed it has given a 7.5 to 8.
No, really?
I don't think it's gotten a 10 anyway yet.
I haven't looked into it. Damn.
Maybe they forgot to pay them.
Maybe. But again, there's tears over that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. ActBliz has finally been purchased by Microsoft. So it is done. There are still a few court cases that are trying to fucking repeal and change things about it, but the money's changed hands. It's not going back. It's done.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Microsoft was pretty fucking confident that this was all going to happen, given the fact that once it was done, they released a fucking trailer.
Yeah.
They had that thing sitting in the back pocket for a while. Like, that's not it's done. Let's do a thing. Like, it was done a while ago.
We've been planning this. This has been sitting around since before the deal was, signed by anyone.
But that does mean that an awful lot of quite big-name products are going to start showing up on Game Pass at some point.
Fucking oath. Like, there's a massive catalog of amazing games to hit fucking Game Pass.
It's going to be fucking great. Very glad I have that subscription now.
And that's not even counting what's going to go forward.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people are suddenly going to be a lot more willing to play Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Todd Howard's come out in a few recent interviews saying that he really wants to get into, back catalogues of old gaming titles, and he'd really love to play them again, which a lot of people are going, there is a massive COD back catalogue, and Activision has a massive, backlog of games to release.
Yeah.
Throw them on Game Pass, because holy fuck, that's just value add.
Yeah.
In the preamble, you were saying before that they're not doing exclusives as well anymore with all their stuff.
Oh yeah, that was part of their deal of buying the whole thing, is that now there'll be no exclusive content on any platform.
Yes.
Where, years ago, Xbox did have a deal with Activision. They got some maps and a couple of skins early. Well, yeah, they got it. I think they had a 6-month deal where they got it early for 6 months and then it was released to everyone. Then Sony signed a deal with Activision for 10 years where if a new map skin, or they had exclusive skins where they would never be released on any other platform, and they had early access to maps for between 6 months to 12 months.
Yeah.
And some of those things didn't make it to other platforms for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Which was just ridiculous. But the deal's signed, and there's already PlayStation exclusive content appearing on Xbox and PC, which is just fucking funny. It's
I love that.
Those floodgates are open. It's done.
Yeah, they are.
It feels like with this one, if they continue doing good shit instead of doing what most companies do and do dumb shit, it felt like the industry was been in a tailspin for a while, just kind of plummeting towards a mountain range, and we're slowly pulling up out of that. Ever so slowly. We're taking steps in the right direction.
Look, I will, I hate, I'm not trying to do any, devil's advocate shit, but we are, Microsoft is getting an awful lot under its umbrella.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
If they, there's only, I don't really want them to buy too much more stuff.
Yeah, they are in a prime position to pull the rug out from under us, but at the same time, I'm optimistic they realize they have better chances of just being nice and getting a shit ton of money.
In this whole deal where they've given Ubisoft the exclusive rights to sell the streaming version of all Activision games, they've taken themselves completely out of the running of buying Ubisoft. They can't buy that now. because that would be an absolute fucking
conflict of interest.
Full because that was their only thing that crossed the line with the CMA. Like, they still wanted to fight it if they hadn't have sold those rights off. Yeah. Which, everywhere else past it, it was just that mob that had a problem with it. So, like, Ubisoft has been looking for someone to purchase them, like, by not looking, but really looking. So, Microsoft's out of the running, so now the only other option is Sony, which would be entertaining if Microsoft owns Activision, but Sony has the rights to license it.
That'd be entertaining.
And there's been one of the other court cases that goes through this whole thing is they wanted to petition Ubisoft for the deal regarding the Activision purchase or Activision rights to see what actual deal they had. And the main argument against is like, well, Microsoft owns the content now, so they don't want to release that contract because then everyone's going to say, well, they're getting this deal, why can't I get that deal? And so the whole contract disparity isn't going to work very well. And so they say, right, we can litigate this, or you can just throw it out of court because we're going to redact the guts out of this thing. It's pretty much just going to be Ubisoft, Microsoft, and that's all you're going to get out of the fucking thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just got... There's a few things that... Well, a few rocks that have been thrown up that still have to hit the ground, but...
Like, there's a bit of mop-up
It's
left.
built. It's done.
Like, they can't change a lot of it, I guess, but it's like, there's a bit of mopping up to do, which would be good.
Yeah, there's still the gamers lawsuit, which has been thrown out several times, that keeps rearing its ugly head. And, yeah, it's got no hope in hell.
Bless their cotton socks, they keep fucking trying.
Oh, yeah, the fucking Sony fanboys, they don't give up.
Oh,
they really fucking should, but they don't.
Honestly, they're one of the more toxic fandoms out there. And I say that owning a PS5. Like, honestly, it's the worst. Like, the only worst fandom I have seen myself and interacted with is the Mac fandom. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, very few people get worse than those two.
But you always see, like, there's Xbots and ponies. Like, why? Like, it's so unnecessary to... Like, the brand doesn't give a fuck about you other than your dollars.
Yeah,
Who the fuck really cares?
Like, brand loyalty to me is a very strange thing. Like, I'm only going to do this brand.
It's an abusive relationship,
straight
out.
It's like, I'm just going to use this brand. Like, fuck that brand. If I find something better for cheaper, I'm switching brands. Like, there is no loyalty here. You're not loyal to me as a customer. Why the fuck should I be loyal to you?
Yeah.
Like, that's the turning point, I think. That mostly seems to be coming from our generation, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's great fun.
Well, I mean, we grew up through all that brand loyalty shit.
We did.
And saw what it got us, and it got us fucking nothing.
Yeah, like, our families are like, grandparents and parents were like, no, we have to stick with the brand. It's like, they haven't rewarded you in your entire life.
No, but back then it was, we have to stick with this brand because I brought a fridge back in 1973, and it's run all the way through to the late 90s, and I could get parts for it the entire time, and the thing didn't run without skipping a beat. And now you buy a fridge and it doesn't last 3 fucking years. You got to throw it out because they don't make any parts for it anymore.
Yeah. Planned obsolescence. Isn't it fun?
Back then, brand loyalty worked because the shit you bought lasted. And if you liked the way your brand worked, then that was fucking great. Now, they just want your dollar and they don't give a fuck.
Oh, absolutely. They give zero shits. Like, we are hurdles to their prize, which is our wallet.
Yeah.
That being said, there are certain brands that I do quite spruik off in people.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Like,
we have our preferred brands, but if I find something better, I will switch.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
100%.
Yeah.
Like, anytime someone asks me about computer chairs, I'm always like, get a Secret Lab.
Yeah.
But I've never found another company that I can as easily get a chair from that is of the same quality.
Yeah, absolutely. But,
and that sounded way more like an ad than I meant it to.
This week's sponsored by Secret Lab.
Hey, if they send us each a chair,
fucking would.
If they sent me a chair, I would spruik the shit out of it because I already have one and I love it.
So do I.
So
It's this one I'm sitting in right here.
Yeah.
You can guarantee before that ever happens, it'll be Raid Shadow Legends.
Yeah.
No way in fuck when I spruik Raid Shadow Legends.
I'm
shit is cancer.
I can guarantee you the only thing you will hear in this podcast, if the first thing you hear is a Raid Shadow Legends announcement, it's just the sounds of 3 ropes swinging.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, if we ever are announced and you hear our voices, either it's an AI, like, double and a fake, or we have been kidnapped, send help.
Yeah.
Raid Shadow Heavy Diarrhea. That's all the ad will be.
No, we either like be those dickheads like, yeah, Raid Shadow Legends, and then end it there. Don't do the full reel. Just like, yeah, we mentioned it. It's fine.
It'll be a full hour of one diarrhea clapping.
I mean, like some people have revealed what the contracts for Raid Shadow Legends look like, and it's like it's got literal talk points. You have to say these things. It doesn't care how you say them, as long as you say these phrases.
Yeah.
And the thing has to come across as positive, and that's it. Like, they don't really give a shit. They basically script the whole ad for you.
Yeah.
And if you hit all those things, you're like, cool, money sent.
Honestly, I'm guaranteeing
fucking crap.
The first actual, like, sponsorship we ever get will have to be Audible in some way. Like, oh, it'd be great.
I can live with that. They give me 1 year subscriptions, give me 24 books. I'll burn that in about 3 weeks' time.
Oh, yeah, same, but, like, it would still be worth it. We already spruiked them for free. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I mean, like, the thing is, like, any company that we work with has to somehow, and I don't know which fucking company would be at all okay with it, be okay with us saying cunt.
Yeah. Like, very few people are going to be okay with that.
It's going to happen.
Says Seth while holding up a 4X stubby with the label out.
No one can see it.
I'm not drinking. This is water.
At least I don't have a Bundy label on my cup. Jeez.
Not yet.
No. I'll engrave it into it, though.
Next week, you jump onto, like, the recording with us. You're just branded out with nothing but Bundy gear.
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't been bought out.
We don't drink beer on this podcast. We drink apple juice.
Yay!
Apple juice.
Heavily fermented. Actually, no, that's a weird thing that just popped in my head. Walking past a bottle recently, did you know that you can now get alcoholic solo?
Yeah.
What?
They sell alcoholic solo.
Though,
I mean, I'm not surprised.
Like solo branded. That's the weird thing for me. It's solo branded.
It's solo branded, but it's not actually fermented solo. It's just solo with ethanol added.
Yeah.
You can do that at home. Just add vodka to fucking solo, and it's the same fucking thing.
It's like a shitty premix, basically.
Yeah, but can you still slam it down fast?
You
I haven't tried yet.
As fast as you want, mate. Check the shit out of that can. Just go for gold.
Fucking
but Great Northern's also doing a ginger beer, so I don't know if that's actually brewed alcoholic ginger beer or if it's just the ginger beer distiller or ginger beer factory in Bundaberg's going, fuck, we've got some excess stock. Who can we offload this shit to?
Yeah. Honestly, like, this is in no way a paid advertisement, but Great Northern, I have fond memories of, but it's still not the greatest beer. Like,
no.
Because, like, we've all had very fond, very fucked up nights on Great Northern because it was cheap and plentiful.
I got bad hangovers on Great Northern.
Oh, don't we all? Bloody hell. What was next on the docket?
ActBliz
I was about to say, do we want to get back to the topic list?
That was a bit of a weird tangent line. It was fun.
Yeah. So, after saying we're spending way more money than we're earning, Epic decides to turn the money hose on a new project.
Legitimately, they fired a bunch of people and then spent all the money that would have been on their salaries on a failing business model.
Yeah.
It has to be a money laundering scheme at this point, I swear to God.
It does.
So, for those who don't know what this is, previously Epic's done a thing where, like, I think it's for however long you give them exclusive, if you have a new game coming out, you get 100% rev share.
Yeah.
For however long you're exclusive for.
As long as you lock it into Epic jail.
Yeah. Once you're no longer on that, it goes back to Epic's normal split, which is 88-12.
Which is funny because they were always spruiking, 70-30? Where they try to spruik 30%?
Which clearly wasn't enough, apparently.
No.
Now they're running a new one where it's like, okay, if you've made games in the past, if you put them on Epic, for the first 6 months, you'll get 100% rev share.
Yeah. Right, basically, they gave themselves a very bad reputation amongst gamers, and now they're trying very hard to get anything onto their platform to try and bring customers back.
Provided
Well,
it doesn't
clearly
put that game in Epic jail. Like, if you can throw it on
It doesn't-
Epic and get that deal and throw it on like an older game on Steam or any other platform, you're mad if you don't.
Yeah.
From what I've been able to find, nothing says that the old games have an exclusivity period. That's why they just have a flat 6 months.
Yeah.
Whereas the other ones are like, for however long you're exclusive for, you get your 100% rev share. Whereas these ones are like, no. If it's old games coming on, you get a set period of 100% rev share, and then it goes to the split.
The weird thing is, like, from its conception, Epic Jail has been universally hated by gamers.
Yep.
I have not met a single gamer who says, I fucking love the fact I can get shit on Epic only, and, like, I keep everything there. It's like, not a single person. We all already have Steam. We don't care.
And we've had Steam for a long fucking time.
Yeah, we have entire libraries built for that shit.
And if you don't have, and if it's not Steam, it's GOG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
just...
and every other company's got their own fucking launcher now, where you buy you get a game on Steam, and it still comes with their fucking launcher. Like, the EA launcher is fucking absolute dog's balls. It's
I
horrible.
fucking hate the EA launcher.
So is the Ubi fucking launcher. Like, they're absolute shit. Just get rid of fucking launchers. Let me play the fucking game I want without your shit fucking loading in as well.
They're a leftover thing from back in, like, when we started gaming as kids.
When you
I remember
installed
being
from
launchers for
discs.
everything. Yeah. When it made
Now
sense.
it's just all about online connectivity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you can't have a game that runs offline. You have to have it dial home to something, so everyone's got their own account and things, so you have something to dial home to.
It needs to be live service.
Fuck, I hate live service.
Fucking oath. Yeah. It's the
I mean,
next
come
thing
on.
to die in
I'm
this
pretty
industry.
sure. I'm pretty sure the
Hopefully.
game that's going to get Game of the Year this year has dial home.
Yeah.
And that's Baldur's Gate.
Oh, yeah.
That's still got a dial Larian server.
Because it kind of, like... There's no way around it for them, I think. They're
validates.
Yeah, they're ingrained
Yeah.
in that one. But, so
I
many
can't
things.
even think of any other game that I would list as Game of the Year at the moment. Like, Starfield was a big contender until it came out, and a week later it's like, oh, okay.
I mean, like...
The rose tinted glasses are off, and I'll come back to this next year. I'll
I
give
don't
them
know,
another
like-
year of patches and mod kits.
Deep Rock Galactic Survivor could be a good contender at this point. I've sunk a few hours into that one so far.
Yeah,
If
Fuck.
it comes out,
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
It needs to come out in time.
It's just a demo out at the moment.
It's a good demo, though.
It's Deep Rock Vampire Survivor.
It's so much
It's good,
fun.
though.
It has no right being as fun as it is.
Yeah.
no, it doesn't.
But yeah, no, it's going to be a interesting time coming forward for that. So we'll see how we go.
So yeah, Epic wants to block out their library a little more. Good luck to them. I don't see it doing a whole lot more for them because people have already got a lot of those older back catalogue games on other platforms where they've
Pretty
already
much.
picked them up in bundles from either Humble or any of the other bundle fucking sites.
Well, they can't
So-
beat the compatibility of Steam because Steam means you can play that game with pretty much every one of your friends as long as they also have it on Steam.
Yeah.
They can't beat GOG for pricing because let's face it, GOG is fucking king for pricing. And they,
No, GOG's thing is DRM is stripped out.
True.
And offline installers.
yeah, always good. And then
The
there's the
closest
Humble
thing to
bundle.
digital ownership.
Yeah, and then there's
Yeah.
the Humble bundles, which are just if you want value and want to feel somewhat good about yourself, Humble bundles. Like, good fun. And Epic we have forced this company into being only on our servers. Like, alright, you have
They
Stockholm
have,
Syndrome
you know-
and other stuff.
They have, that game you're really excited for? Well, guess what? You either buy it here or you don't fucking play it.
Yeah.
See you in a year.
It is literally just highway robbery. It's like, guys, come on.
In a year's time when I've lost interest, it's like, oh yeah, that game exists. I
Like,
probably
remember-
still won't play it.
Remember when the 3090 graphics cards first came out and all the fuckwits, like this, the guys bought a bunch of them to try and sell them at a higher inflated price later.
Yeah.
Yep.
Essentially, they were using the Epic model. It's just like, oh, that's a good business model, let's do that. And it failed miserably for them, and it'll fail miserably for Epic.
Well, according to Epic, it has been. They've just been hemorrhaging cash.
Yeah.
For some reason, they're like, hemorrhage harder?
Yeah, instead of
It's
fixing
the
the
equi-
issue.
It's the equivalent of dig up, stupid.
No, it's even worse than that. Basically, they're a sinking ship. They're watching the water funnel in from a hole and say, oh, fuck, throw some sailors off the side. Yeah, that'll fix it.
But they were also bleeding money from that whole the Epic game where they give away 1 or 2 games every month. They still had to pay the companies for those licenses for everyone that never played them, just logged onto an Epic account to add that code to their library and then closed it again.
And laugh as they lose money.
I did that for a long fucking time just to, well, there's another game in the library that I'm never going to play because I've already got every game here on Steam.
Yeah.
Also, and I mean, it's been a while since I used Epic's installer for anything, but like the last time I used it was so bad. Just such a badly designed fucking piece
They've
of software.
not upgraded the UI or the back channels for so long that it stalls for me. I can barely get it to load half the time.
The one I hated, like I used to play because it was the only place you could get it. Like there was no information on it coming anywhere else. Was MechWarrior 5?
Yeah,
used to be the only game I used the Epic Store for was to play MechWarrior. Thankfully, it came out on GOG, so I don't have to touch Epic anymore.
Yay!
But anytime that game wanted to update, it couldn't give you the update files. You had to download the entire game again.
Yeah.
But it couldn't do it over the top of the old install. So if you wanted to update, you had to have the amount of space to have the game installed, download it again, and then have it delete one of them.
Ugh. God damn.
Really?
Yeah.
God fucking damn.
Epic. Jesus Christ. If you're going to force people onto your platform, at least make the platform work.
It was more space efficient to go, oh, there's an update to MechWarrior, delete MechWarrior, and reinstall it.
Uninstall, reinstall is the easier way of doing it. Like, Jesus Christ, Epic. Fucking hell.
God damn.
Basic functionality like updating games didn't work.
Yeah. They've essentially built a castle in a swamp, and they're watching it sink. And their reaction is, build another castle?
Hey man, apparently if you do it 3 times, then they stay up.
Yeah.
What?
Then you get huge tracts of land.
What if we had clay and sand? I'm sure that'll be better.
Jesus Christ. It is funny to watch them flounder, but at the same time, but to do better.
They could do so much better if they just stopped the Epic jail. Just throw the game out there. People might be a little more, oh shit, there's an actual good deal on a game I want to play. Cool, let's do that. Not just, you have to buy it here.
Yeah.
That just makes more people go, fuck you.
That relies on a company doing the right thing. It's the same as, like, billionaires like Muskie and everyone else have enough money to fix world hunger more than easily. But it's their money. Why should they do that? I don't want to do that. It's my money.
Yeah, but Muskie needs you to pay him $1 now.
Yes, that's been
Muskie,
fucking hilarious.
There's a segue.
I love the fact that fucking, like, honest to God, I don't know what he's thinking, because we're all spiteful pricks on the internet. It's like, it's only $1 a year to use Twitter at base functionality. It's like, I'm just not going to use Twitter. Bye. I'm going to go use one of the other 3 alternatives that are already kicking your ass.
Right now they're trialling in New Zealand and the Philippines that you have to pay $1 for a year of basic functionality. This includes posting, replies, reposts, and likes.
To be honest,
if you don't pay that, you can only see the feed.
Yeah.
See, the thing that's dumb is, according to Muskie, this isn't we're hemorrhaging cash and this company's failing and oh god, I need some cash. It's to stop bots.
Yeah.
You do realize most people could probably dredge up $100.
Yeah.
That's 100 bot accounts. It's really not going to stop them.
It's not going to stop anyone from doing anything. Like, it's idiotic. But
it's literally just give me money.
If this ever makes its way to Australia, and if I find out any of our friends are actually paying $1 for Twitter, or X as it is now, I'm just going to assume that they are a simp. Like, that's how it works now. You are a Twitter simp.
Like, I had a Twitter account now. It's an X account, and the only thing I've followed on it is Florian Mueller and Desi from IGN because they were following the ABK process.
Yeah,
and that's fucking it. Like, I don't post anything. It's not even. I can look up all of the shit I want to read on other websites that I actually want to visit. It's just that news of that would pop up and say, "Oh shit, here's the next thing that's happening with it."
Yeah.
Other than that, it has no fucking purpose.
Honestly, I keep forgetting that we have a Twitter account for Tangenetic. Like,
I know
we do. I don't think it's ever been logged into.
I think we logged into it like once to verify it, and that's it. So I know it exists. I have the login.
I mean, I spam memes to Facebook, but it's like, Twitter's a thing over there. I don't want to deal with that. But,
X gonna give it to you. Yeah.
No, you're gonna give it to X.
Yeah, well.
Oh, God. Like, honestly, Muskie is an idiot. We all know this. I'm just waiting for him to finally admit defeat and shut down Twitter. Like, just can it. You've already fired all the people who made it work anyway.
I'm waiting for him to sell it off.
No one will buy it. He was the only fucking idiot stupid enough to buy the thing, and he had to be forced to do it. Like, they had to step in and say, no, honor your contract. Right? And now he's already driven it into the ground. Like, what's he going to do? Sell it for a song?
No, but once he drives it into the ground and it's actually failing, he claimed as a tax write-off.
Yeah. Tell you what, Muskie, I will buy it for $1 a year. The entire thing mine.
With only you working on it, you've just doubled your staff.
Exactly. It works perfectly. Oh, Jesus.
So, next thing we were going to chat about was New York is trying for the third time to restrict 3D printed guns.
Yeah.
Well,
I love the fact...
specifically 3D printed guns, 3D printers.
Yeah.
No. But the point of
they're using the 3D printed guns as an excuse for regulating 3D printers.
There's two other ones they've tried previously. That were
it's a target.
Yeah.
Like, that's the target. Because they've already tried to do it twice.
Yeah.
The purpose of going after the printers is not to stop 3D printers, it's to stop 3D printed guns.
Yeah.
It's just their latest try at it.
Because they've tried twice already. One of them's still stuck in limbo.
One they tried to do, it didn't go through. The second one is still in committee, which is to make the owning or distribution of files required to make ghost guns illegal. And now they're trying for the third time to stop 3D printed guns by going after the 3D printers themselves.
It's still dumb as fuck, because instead of regulating guns in any way, they're just trying to regulate printers instead.
Well, again, I said this in the preamble.
Yeah.
They are trying to restrict guns.
I mean, yes, but that's the thing. They're only trying to restrict printed guns in some way. They don't care about real guns. No, you can still buy them at any corner store.
At the same time, like, a 3D printed gun is theoretically more dangerous more dangerous.
Oh, yeah. Like,
because once you shoot it, that's it. It's destroyed.
Yeah.
And the biggest problem with using a real gun is theoretically the real gun can be found.
Yeah.
And then you can be prosecuted. But, I blew out the barrel of this 3D printed gun. Prove I shot him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of issues for it.
You run up, you pull the trigger once, you throw it, and run away. That's all they're fucking made for.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason that they're trying to stop them. Like, they became very big in gun violence, because if you can print a gun, it has no serial tracing, no one knows where it came from. One shot, run.
It has no rifling, it just holds a cartridge and it fires, and that's it.
Basically, they've made a blunderbuss. You could also theoretically just make a pipe gun the same way. And there are laws against pipe guns. Like, there are definite laws against those. I know where they're coming from, but at the same time, it's just a very roundabout way for a problem that is systemic in their system. Like, there is no way of getting around
Australia's got some of the strictest gun laws, but you can legally buy a pipe gun without a gun license in the territory. Because it's counted as fishing paraphernalia, and it's used for keeping crocs away from your boat. It's just a block that holds a shotgun shell on the end of a stick, and if they come to your boat, you just poke them with the stick.
Yeah. It's one of those things in Australia, like, we have gun laws that restrict a lot of shit. So there's certain things, like, you can't have crossbows without a gun license, because it is
You can in Victoria.
In Victoria, yeah. But if it can be stabilised anywhere except Victoria, because they're weird, you have to have a gun license for it. I think in Queensland they tried having... putting stuff in where it was, if you wanted a paintball gun, you had to get a gun license, because you could put pellets into it.
We're the one place that's chill with
gel blasters.
Gel blasters and paintball guns. We're the one state that's super chill.
You can't
with
get airsoft yet, but they're working on it.
But airsoft, ironically, is actually becoming less popular in the States.
Yeah.
Gelsoft is on the rise because it doesn't hurt as much.
Which is fair.
Soft. But if they legalized airsoft, they'd also have to relook at slug guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which they
much.
don't want to do.
Yeah. But, like, even then, our gun laws are still weird as hell.
No.
Like, holy
And there
shit.
is a
Look,
reason
man.
for it. There is a reason we haven't had a mass shooting since fucking
Oh, yeah.
96. Like,
Yeah.
goddamn, the bastards do
I'll
work.
take our weird restrictive gun laws and be able to send my kids to school.
Yeah.
Over show and tell, point and click. Fuck that.
Oh, God.
I mean, like, I'll be really interested in, like, a few years when the data actually gets collated on what the effect of having classrooms that are designed to turn into bomb shelters actually does to kids.
Look, there are people in the US who are making, like, backpacks and that kind of stuff that double as bulletproof vests.
Yeah.
Like, it is fucked. And instead of fixing the issue, it's like, no, just arm the children. It's fine. It's fine. It's like,
Or
Christ,
redesigning schools with curved friggin' hallways so there's no long sight lines.
Yeah.
You're
There's
changing
a whole
the
cottage
entire
industry
fucking
about it.
building instead of regulating.
What I find really
Goddamn.
funny, well, not funny, horrible, but at the same time, you know how, like, schools in the US, they do drills for active shooters, which is fucking ridiculous because you do the drills and then the active shooters who are part of those drills know what you're doing and then they plan accordingly. It's like, this doesn't help. This makes things worse. And you don't want
All
to
it
give
does
teachers
is terrify
guns.
children.
Or it's like,
Well,
everyone's like,
depends what state you're in,
Yeah.
because some of the states are really all about giving teachers guns.
Texas.
We were real
No,
rough
actually,
on some of our
it's,
teachers. Like, no way in fuck I'd want that teacher to have a gun.
I would not
Like,
want a teacher to have a gun. I would be dead so
They
quickly.
already had ticks and, like, they already threw chairs. No way in fuck I'd want to give them a loaded firearm.
No, it was somewhere like I don't know if it is, but it was somewhere like Ohio. Was like we just have every teacher's got a gun.
Texas.
Oh yeah, no, they have the the
it's
shooter
not
bucket.
Texas. It's not Texas.
Everyone assumes it's
Really?
Texas because I thought it was.
Yeah,
It just
everyone
sounds like
assumes
a
it's
very
Texas.
Texas
It's not
thing to do.
Texas.
It does sound like a Texas thing to do, but like I know Ohio has the emergency bucket, and I remember a teacher got in shit for a while because he showed students and they recorded for TikTok what was in the emergency bucket. And it's just like, yeah, cool, because he was very frank with a bunch of children, going, yeah, if this happens, I die first, and then they come for you. And it's like, oh, that's bad. Just that shit's fucked. Like, I see America self-destructing sometime in our lifetime.
It's well on the way. A lot of the world is well on the fucking way.
Well, do we want to move on to something a little more lighter?
Probably
Please.
a good idea.
So,
we're gonna get real
Bandai
fucking dark
fucked up.
real fucking quick.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bandai fucked up.
Yes.
Yay!
Someone's getting fired. It's gonna be funny.
This is absolute job ender level stuff.
Like career ending. Someone's been taken out back and shot like old yellow for this. I'm guaranteeing.
So, Bandai was releasing their some content for their new Gundam Metaverse project. And some data miners decided to do what data miners always do and see if they can find some tasty tidbits buried in the code. And they found full production CAD files for a number of Gundam Gunpla kits, including kits that have not been released.
Ones that are coming up to release in like the next few months, but
And at least one
yeah.
that hasn't even been announced.
Yup. And they were on Twitter for like hours before they finally got rid of it. Well, X now, but yeah, no. Like, someone is in some serious shit for this, guaranteed.
Fucking oath.
Because, like I said, these aren't like a 3D model or something. Like, these are the full production CAD files.
Yeah.
Like, if you knew what you were doing, you could turn these CAD files into 3D print files and 3D print every piece of a Gunpla kit.
Yeah. And you would have
These could be
entire
used
thing.
to make. These could be used to make proper runner molds. Everything. Like, the bootleg community is gonna lose their fucking mind.
Oh yeah, they're going insane already, guaranteed. Like, I am not a huge Gunpla fan or Gundam fan in any way, but like even I'm just like, yeah, that's a lot of lost revenue because Gundam kits can run in the hundreds, like easily in the hundreds.
Most of them are actually much more well priced. I've built some Gunpla kits, and like a lot of your kits are actually more around the $20 range.
Like
I think the most
a new release drop of a big item can run about 100 to 150, I think.
Again, yeah, it depends on what it is. I got a limited run one at launch, and it was like $100.
Yeah.
And then when you go into your full-on perfect grades, it can get a bit expensive in there, and it has to be specialty to go any higher than that.
Yeah.
A majority of the kits are between $20 and $100.
Yeah. That's still a lot of lost revenue right there.
Oh yeah, it is.
Like,
it is. Don't get me wrong.
It's going to be interesting. Like, honestly, those files are going to pop up on, like, Thingiverse and all the other 3D printing sites within days. Someone's going to get a hold of these and put them up for free.
Supposedly, at this point, at least one person has fully printed and built an unreleased Gundam
Yeah.
kit.
Pretty much. It would not have taken them long.
No.
Like,
Again, they have the CAD files. It's not just images or models. It is the literal production CAD files.
and this isn't, like, the first time this kind of shit's happened. Because what was it the other month? We had someone putting things in the wrong fucking folder and releasing shit to the public.
Yeah, that was the redacted files for Microsoft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, are interns just not paying attention, or are they actually doing this for shits and giggles at this point? It's like, you know what? Fuck it. The world's going to shit. Let's have some industry secrets out there for fun.
They're just missing QA. They'd rather save the money on QA and spend it on other things, and then shit falls through the cracks.
And then everyone blames QA, despite there being no QA department.
Yeah.
Always fun. QA department's like one sad... It's like Gil from The Simpsons just in the corner, like, oh no.
But, like, seriously, this is some, like, someone doesn't have a job anymore type of a screw-up.
This is a career.
Like, if, like, 3D model, like, just 3D models had gotten out, it would have been like, okay, that's bad, and we hadn't actually shown any of these off yet, so that's not good, but, okay, we can damage control this.
Yeah.
Production CAD files? No.
Yeah,
Someone's lost their job. Someone doesn't work at Bandai.
How that even ended up in there, I will never know. Like, that should never have been accessible.
Why would you
to a
include
database.
those files?
Yeah.
The interesting one is one of them is a full production CAD file for a fan-created Gundam.
Yeah.
So from a few years back, like, they do these big Gundam competitions where fans can produce. You have to. I think it's something like 80% of the Gundam still has to be like Gunpla, and then 20% can be custom work.
Yeah.
One of those has shown up in this drop, in this leak, as a CAD production file.
Yeah. So Bandai's been called out just basically taking ideas. Because I think the one...
Well, okay.
It was part of a contest, I'm pretty sure, which means they are allowed to
It was
use
part of a contest, and the contest Gundams were supposed to go up on Gundam Metaverse for people to look at.
Yeah.
So my suspicion is that they created the CAD file so they could do a sort of exploded version of it on the website so you could look at it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not Bandai, but it's the only thing I could think of, other than we're just stealing it, that they could possibly have for having a production CAD file for a fan-made Gundam.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of shit that's surfacing for this, and I'm guaranteeing that's painted a target on Bandai's back. Because any regulation body of any kind would see these kinds of leaks and go, that is bad! We now have to take a closer look at you, because you've done
I
dumb
don't think so. I don't think so. The leak is mostly all their stuff, and it, like I said, it's not that hard to come up with a legitimate reason why they might have had this fan one.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're in any danger from a regulatory body. The bigger thing is the bootleg community.
Yeah, sure.
Like, right now, because, like, one of the ones that got out is one of the most popular IBO figures, which means now they have the internal frame for an IBO Gundam.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of IBO Gundams that didn't get kits.
Yeah.
So now they can go, if you've got that frame, we can give you the outside to make it into your favorite Gundam that didn't get a kit.
Pretty much. Like,
and it will work because we know, because we based it off the production CAD file.
yeah. It's going to be entertaining to see what the bootlegging community does with this. Like, this is the equivalent of, like, modders getting a hold of shit for a game. They got
this is the source code.
Yeah, like, they got a hold of the source code and the engine, and it's like, oh, shit, we can just make our own version now. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what they're
Make
going
our
to do.
own version with blackjack and hookers.
But, I am looking forward to seeing what happens with this, because it's going to be funny. All this from one fuck up. Like, there's no escape. I feel bad for whoever did this.
For the extent of this, you can't really call it just a fuck up. Like, there has to have been some deliberate intent in here for those specific files to have been included in this drop of content.
Yeah. Because that information...
I mean, they were buried. They weren't just on the surface.
Yeah.
They had to dig for it.
Yeah, they were buried, but they were still included in it. Like, these should never have been included in those fucking files.
Like, honestly...
Oh, no, I completely agree.
Yeah, so, like, people with access to those files are generally pretty high up because they try and keep them close to the chest when they can. And, like, the fact this made it there means someone wasn't paying attention and did something dumb. Or they were putting it there in order to test their security, I guess. Like, let's see if the data miners find this. And then they did.
That's a big fucking gamble.
Yeah. It's dumb, and I find it funny.
Yeah.
So, next up is, like, okay, this is... I don't know how to say this because it's so dumb. Like, why is someone doing this? So,
Reasons.
A dude, for some fucking reason, has decided he wants to grow cordyceps using his own blood and skin.
Yeah. For those who don't know, cordyceps is the zombie fungus, the one that is the prime inspiration for Last of Us. So, like, the zombies from that. It is a fungus that takes over your body and turns you into a zombie. It's a real thing. Currently, it only affects ants because their body temperature. But some guy is trying to make it with his own blood and his own DNA. And it's just, why has no one turned up? Like, why is the government not turned up going, hey, buddy, that's a bioweapon. Maybe stop doing that, okay? Okay.
Because the government would turn up and go, have money, make a bioweapon.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Hey, you want to come work for us? We've got a secret lab.
Yeah.
I've got this unlimited DARPA budget. Would you like a piece?
You may need to move to China, but...
If the guy's TikTok account suddenly goes dark, then we should fear for our lives. But, like, why would anyone think this is a smart idea? Like, this thing that could easily wipe out humanity if ever released. Yeah, I'll make that. It'll be fun. Like, honestly...
It's definitely one of those, like, they what is it?
Darwin Award?
They were more concerned about whether they could than whether they should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, if this guy succeeds, he will be the greatest Darwin Award winner of all time. Not only will he take himself out of the gene pool, but most of human race. Great.
The human gene pool could do with a little chlorine, like...
You're not wrong.
A little chlorine, not a little cordyceps.
Yeah.
Yeah, well...
Chlorine, yes. Cordyceps, no.
That's a little too much. That's a bit more salt the earth than than just clean things up.
Honestly, maybe he just wants to write his own version of The Last of Us, but he's not content to LARP it. He wants the world to live it. So there you go. But it's just odd because that popped up in my feed on TikTok at one point. It's like, buddy, why? Stop that. Just There has to be someone in his life with a squirt bottle nearby. Like, please, buddy, no, stop.
In the next 5 years, if you look for patient 0, there you go.
Oh, we've already
There's
found
your box ticked.
He's patient -1 at this point. It's just waiting for it to tick over. Like, fuck. Like, honestly, like, the great thing is, The Last of Us TV show, I love that show, great. But it actually is the reason why a lot of people have realized, crap, we don't actually have real ways to stop a fungal infection that is that deadly. It's like, they're hard to fuck with. Mushrooms are scary.
Yeah, they are.
Like,
there's that forest that's all one mushroom.
Yeah. Like, there's a few of them. Like, mycelial networks are terrifying. The fact that they control a forest, in most cases, because they transport nutrients where they're lacking, or they, restrict certain access to fire or any other feature. Like, mushrooms are scary.
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't like it.
And this guy's trying to, like, crossbreed so now they can affect us.
Yeah.
Like a fucking psycho.
Like,
maybe he's already been taken over.
Maybe. Maybe that's why. That would be interesting and somewhat terrifying.
He took shrooms, literally.
Yeah.
Now shrooms are taking him.
As long as he's not in Australia, we're good. if he's somewhere else and we can close the borders down, we might survive. Just take mushrooms off pizza for a couple of years. It'll be good.
I mean, I like mushrooms, but even I don't like mushrooms on pizza that much.
Sure.
But then again, I come down on the yes pineapple in the pineapple on pizza debate.
Yeah,
that just makes a dessert pizza. That's all it does.
Yeah.
So?
That just makes a dessert pizza.
I will consider Supreme to be a dessert, definitely. I would love that.
I would call Hawaiian dessert.
I would. You can have ham for dessert. You can have ham for every meal.
If the Hawaiian pizza is cold, that makes it more of a dessert. You know, nice cold...
Honey ham, probably so.
Cold Hawaiian pizza is definitely a dessert.
Yeah.
Everyone's now very, embracing of pineapple on pizza, which is great, because I love that. But there is a new debate coming around for pizza, which is durian fruit on pizza.
No.
It is actually... there are places here in Brisbane where you can buy it. It is technically a dessert pizza. It's durian and cheese. And apparently it's a big thing in Korea and Vietnam.
Places where durian is popular.
Yeah. But, I'm honestly tempted. There's a few places in Brisbane that do it. I'm kind of tempted to try it just to see what it's like. But, yeah, that's the new debate. Everyone's like...
See, my reflective no to that is not necessarily because it tastes bad. I kind of assume it's not going to taste very good.
No, actually, durian's weird. It smells horrible, but tastes really good.
See, that's the thing. I've always heard very, mixed things about eating durian. But my actual problem is more that, I don't need a piece to smell horrible. When I open up the box and I get that first warm whoomph of the pizza, I want that to be good.
Pretty much.
Not ugh! Oh, God!
Yeah.
I'm not going to eat that. Fuck no!
And then you eat it. But, it's like
no,
walking past... Yeah, walking past an actual pizza joint, that smell, if I could distill that smell into an actual candle, I would probably buy a lot of them. That'd be great.
I still can't believe we found that hot dog water one we gave to John Doe.
Yeah, it was so fucking good. My room smelled like hot dog for several days. It was so good.
I'll have to send you another one.
I wasn't expecting it to be, we found it in Brisbane, and we're just cool, well, we're going to have to send this, because, joke candle, ha. Not expecting it to smell that much like hot dog.
Yeah.
Oh, it did. It straight out smelled like hot dog and ketchup. Yeah. I enjoyed it. It was great. I was hungry every time.
Never has John Doe eaten so many hot dogs.
I almost ate a fucking candle, so yeah.
Come on. We've all done that at least once. I don't know what it is, but I swear, the invention of Lush, that shop, fucked over a lot of kids for a while because they were selling soap in the shape of cake. Every kid in Australia has at some point bitten into a bar of soap thinking it's a brownie.
Well, it's bad enough they do those TV shows. Is it cake?
Yeah.
In this case, no, it's fucking soap.
Why is everything cake now?
And Dove does those soaps that look like marzipan roses.
Yeah.
It's why? Why do you make soap look like food?
So, if you really wanted to fuck someone over, and you gave them a birthday cake, and you put those little fucking roses around the outside of it, and it's I'm gonna have you some little... Oh, shit!
Yes. Well, it's years ago when we had that issue with Tide Pods and fucking kids eating detergent.
What the fuck?
Because it looks like candy. I have, things for my dishwasher in my cupboard, and they look like candy. They're brightly coloured and very fancy looking. It's if I was a child, I'd probably try it.
No, okay. That's the thing. A 10-year-old finding that and going, ooh, piece of candy.
Yeah.
I get. The fucking trend of grown-ass adults eating them? What the fuck? You're an adult. Stop.
Yeah.
That's the thing with any online trend. Remember planking? That shit didn't stop till at least 3 people died.
That wasn't enough.
Yeah. We should have kept that going for a bit longer.
And there was that the sleepy chicken thing was a thing for a bit there.
Oh yeah, that was a weird one.
That was stupid. What the people were getting really fucked up from that.
Ice bucket challenge. Several died from that.
Really?
Yep.
That was just cold water.
Cold enough water to put you in shock.
Yeah, but it's just people getting dunked in a thing of water.
But it was also people getting dunked in ice water in the snow. Yeah. And then getting hypothermia, and then getting really fucked up. People doing
Now
dumb
people
shit
fucking-
because people are fucking idiots.
Yeah.
They really, really are. And that's coming from
Chase-
3 fucking idiots.
Chasing likes until they turn into thoughts and prayers.
Do you remember the cinnamon challenge?
Yeah.
A couple of people died from that one. That was interesting.
I don't remember anyone dying from that one. I know a lot of people ended up with, like, lung injuries.
I think people, like, there's a couple of guys who had, like, severe asthma, and they just got fucked.
Though, as a kid, we had such a much better version of the fucking cinnamon challenge. That was the Milo challenge.
You mean breakfast?
Fucking oath. You put a tablespoon of Milo in your mouth, you were gonna cough your fucking lungs up for that, but goddamn was it delicious.
Do you remember when the Vegemite challenge started making the rounds in the US and then got destroyed when one Aussie just jumped on with a spoonful? Like, fuck you all.
It's like, that's breakfast right there. That's just, fuck your Nutella. I want myself some Vegemite.
Yeah, no one died from the cinnamon challenge.
Well, that's good at least. I know at least like the guys with asthma must have just got really fucked up lung infections then.
Or at least, like, I'm skimming, like, the wiki on it, and I can't find anything.
Yeah.
Usually they've got, like, from those sort of things, like, people who died.
Death toll from this shit.
Kill count.
The question is, like, what's the next, like, challenge going to be? You know, diving from a high height challenge, and someone will just face palm off a building.
Highway Frogger.
Who knows? Let's see, like, at least it was dumb, but I sort of got the planking thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's a dumb pose that you make a silly picture of and can be kind of haha funny. These things where it's literally just fucking molly yourself.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Just fuck yourself up and see what happens. Like, guys, no. Why are you doing this? Oh, get likes. Like, likes aren't money. You can't use that shit to, like, trade for anything. Especially now that everyone hates influencers.
3 likes get you 1 thought and prayer.
Yeah. Oh, that has been a funny thing to watch, actually. Watching influencers go from, like, oh, we love influencers to, fucking hell, I hate influencers. Because, like, they became entitled little shits. Like,
They already were entitled little shits. This is just reality catching up with them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Like, there is nothing funnier, though, than... I've got a few family friends and that kind of stuff who have, like, small businesses and things. And they're always getting a few influencers popping up. Like, oh, could we get some free shit and we'll review it? Like, no! Go away!
Yeah. You can buy some shit and then review it, but that's it.
Like, that's all I would ever do. If I ever spruiked something on here, it's because I bought it and enjoyed it. Not because I'm begging for scraps. Ugh, dumb shit.
Yeah.
What else is on the docket for today?
Alright, we're getting into the back end of the
Into the
podcast
weeds.
now, so
Is the bleachers.
I think this is funny just because it backfired so hard.
Yeah.
Remington tried to use Call of Duty to recruit children.
God, that sounds bad.
Oh, it does. It really does.
So, it's, like, quite honestly, that headline sounds way worse than what actually happened.
Yeah.
Essentially, Remington just went, we don't have any advertising vectors for the youth. Call of Duty's massively popular. We've got a new rifle coming out. How about we get the Activision guys to put the rifle in the game, and then that might translate into sales.
Yeah.
Because most games companies don't include branded rifles anymore because they don't have to pay for the licensing of them.
Yeah.
For as long as the game is out, they have to pay continual licensing on them.
Yeah. That's why you end up things like, this is definitely not a P90, please don't look close.
Yeah.
It's an RCT 120.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine, it's different.
But, yeah, this whole thing is just fucking dumb.
Oh.
So essentially it just boils down to they had this new rifle that's coming out. They tried to get Activision to essentially mirror some of its main features, good recoil control, high rate of fire, all that kind of stuff in the game. And then Sandy Hook happened, and people were like, fuck people who advertise guns.
Yeah.
And it massively backfired, and eventually they discontinued the
And
rifle.
Sandy Hook was also...
sales.
Was that one of the ones they also tried to blame video games for at one point?
All of them
every
blame video
fucking
games.
school shooting
But
does.
this one, the memo that... The deal they had with Remington, in the memo it says there can't be... You couldn't shoot any non-military bad guys. But the deal was for Modern Warfare 2, which had the infamous mission of no Russian. where you literally go through an airport and shoot civilians. So in a game with the most prolific mission of shooting civilians, they wanted to add their gun that you couldn't shoot any non-military bad guys.
Because that was the weird shock and awe advertising era for a bit, wasn't it? That was fucking dumb.
Well, that was mostly because the previous game, Modern Warfare, had the scene where the chopper goes down from the nuclear blast.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, this was such an impactful moment. And then they were like, well, we got to do that again. How do we do that? Well, we'll shoot civilians.
Yeah.
And it didn't land at all.
Who'd have thought?
And then they tried to murder a child in the next one.
They just doubled down, didn't they? Just fuck it.
Because in the next one is the one where you're chasing this van and it's got a nerve toxin in it. But there's two vans. One of them's real and one of them's fake. And your guys catch the van. And then it cuts to the Davis family.
Gasp.
And it's this dad filming his wife and their child. And then a very familiar van rolls up next to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they just murder a family to try and be as shocking.
They went full Anakin Skywalker and went straight for the youngling.
Yeah.
I'd say, for all of that, F for respect.
I love that. It's still a meme.
And it's in everything. If you got chat going anywhere, anytime someone's like, "Oh, shit's going sideways," F for respect. F for respect.
Although, it's funny that's the meme that made it out of all of that. Is like F for respect from all of the shit.
From all the other things.
Bit is that particular Call of Duty actually has some really good tactile use of keyboard commands.
Yeah.
That's just not one of them.
No, that's probably the worst instance of anything they've done.
Because they do a really good one where you're trying to sync with your cyber hand. And you have to hit keys on the keyboard, but because you're doing it as part of a synchronization thing, it feels much more like you are actually syncing
a little more
with the
tactile.
limb.
Yeah.
Whereas this whole scene where it should have just been your character walks up, puts the one hand they still have.
They just play the video of the cutscene and be done
it
with
didn't have to. It didn't have to interact there. We did not need a quick time event.
Hell, you could have had the player walk them up to the casket. But once they're at the casket, just take over and have the character touch the casket.
Yeah.
Don't make it interactive. That was a bad idea.
Yeah. It was just such a strange decision.
They wanted to make the player feel more in the moment.
Yeah.
3?
I don't know if it was Advanced or Infinite.
Advanced War. It wasn't Infinite.
That makes sense.
Advanced War, oddly enough, was actually one of the better Call of Duties.
Yeah, I enjoyed Advanced. I quite enjoyed Infinite. That was the one in space.
Oh, yeah.
The multiplayer was shit because they had double jumps and jetpacks and shit. It's just... That was just too much.
I mean, that stuff came in Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it went a lot further in Infinite.
Yeah. I just wish in Infinite they'd embrace some of the weird space options they had more.
Oh, yeah, that'd be
great.
Because
there's the mission where you're on the asteroid and the robots are solar powered. So they can't actually move unless the asteroid's spinning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So unless they're facing the sun side, the robots can't move. So you kind of get this weird thing where it's like when the sun's out, you've got to gun down robots. Then once the thing spins and it goes dark again, you fucking piss bolts and try and get through the fucking level.
Yeah.
It was really creative and really cool.
Yeah.
And I think they did 3 things like that in the entire fucking game.
Oh. They made some
Didn't help that they had...
they at least tried new things. We'd prefer them not to murder children.
New things? What are you talking about?
It's Call of Duty.
Hey, they murdered kids. That's new.
They went for shock and awe, and good luck to them, but it doesn't always fucking land.
Actually, no, it doesn't.
Speaking of shock and awe, what was the game years ago which ran on the advertisement campaign of "Your mum will hate it. Your mother will hate this"?
Dead Space.
It was Dead Space. That's right.
Specifically, Dead Space 2.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice. I think that backfired for a bit on them, but they still got some decent sales.
Because who cares if your mum doesn't like it? I know my mum's never liked any game I've ever played.
Yeah, pretty much.
My
mum hated the fact I played games.
Like, oh, there's another third person, another game that looks like that, and okay, I don't like it.
Actually, the one game I played that my mum actually liked, and this is going to sound real dumb, was Silent Hill.
Nice.
because she thought the puzzles were really clever.
Nice. At least she found something she
So-
liked about it.
I couldn't do the puzzles very well because I was young at the time. So I'd find the puzzles and then I'd call my mom in and we'd solve the puzzle, and then I'd go back to all the, super creepy zombie shit.
That's a really cool parenting moment.
Yeah.
That's just, Mum, I need help. And then actually figuring it out. That's really fucking cool.
Maybe your mom just thinks Silent Hill is nothing but a puzzle game.
Oh no, she's very aware it's not a puzzle game, but she thought the puzzles were really clever and she wanted to do the puzzles with me.
Nice.
So that was a weird thing me and my mom shared, was solving puzzles in Silent Hill.
That's
Like,
awesome.
yeah,
That's really cool.
Only thing in my family, for gaming, was between me and my elder sister. We played WoW together for a fair while. That was about as embraced as my family was in gaming. The rest was like, stop playing games, go out and do stuff. Like, okay. Not gonna, but okay.
Yeah, none of my family's into games.
Has your
football.
family come back after the fact going, why aren't you making money off gaming? Like, yeah, no, I've had that conversation. That was a fun one.
Yeah. So
It's really simple. Streaming wasn't that big back then, and so people didn't really know about it. So getting in then was kind of when you had to do it.
Yeah.
And they sold the guts out of the industry.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to do now, and it was
Yeah.
really hard. Like, it's one of those things where, like, if you're in at the ground level, awesome, but, like, the gold rush is over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we got it.
Hell, what?
Then we aged out of
What?
30 and started making podcasts.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I still love that joke. What's a group of white
collective
guys in their
nouns,
30
yeah.
calls?
Collective down for a bunch of white guys over 30 is a podcast.
And it's accurate.
It really is.
I mean, that being said, like, because, like, the gold rush for podcasts is over.
Yeah.
We're still doing it.
We do
We're
this for
doing our
shits
own
and
thing.
giggles.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is for us.
I'm here to annoy the crap out of you guys.
Everybody who gets to listen to this, it's just like your good fortune. We're doing this for us.
We'll never stop, no matter how much you keep asking us.
Alright, well, we're out past an hour, so I think we're done for this week.
On that note of we're never stopping, we're going to stop for the day.
Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
See ya.